At the moment, Rachel Reeves is under a lot of strain. The state of the economy is dire, and that is. We will be talking about why Starmer has thrown her under the bus in today's video, as well as why we and many other inside sources think the writing is on the wall. Before we begin, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our rapidly expanding community. Just a quick note to let you know that we do have new O'Near t-shirts available on our website. Visit British or click the link in the description. It seems safe to say that they are designed by Rachel Reeves. We all know Karma pretty well now. We have his number and he is as open as they come when it comes to his behavior pattern. When she speaks, you can almost be sure that what she is saying is a smokescreen for what she really means. Despite his best attempts, he is simply too cunning to conceal the fact that he is one of the most cunning, two-faced, and calculating politicians Britain has seen in a long time. This is the same man who has made a living by breaking commitments and abandoning his word. He promised pensioners who relied on winter fuel allowances that they would be safe with Labour under his watch. What did he do once he came to power? He stood with the shady women who were fighting for justice over their stolen pensions, then he turned his back on them and voted. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Square in the eyes and assured that Labour would not raise taxes, but now that his administration has increased taxes, the most recent victim in Starmer's political chess game is none other than his purported ally. Rachel Reeves. She's his number 3 just behind Angela Rare, whose fiery reputation as Deputy Prime Minister precedes her. Rachel, however, is the Chancellor of the ex-Cheer, the woman tasked with managing the nation's finances. Downing Street recently announced that Rachel Reeves will remain Chancellor until the next general election. On the surface that might sound like a vote of confidence, but knowing Keir Starmer, as we do, it's practically a death sentence for her political career. The writing is on the wall. He's getting ready to throw her under the proverbial bus. She'll be scapegoated for everything that goes wrong, and Starmer will use her downfall to save himself. Let's face it, she's given him plenty of ammunition, from allegations of CV fraud and her debunked claims of being a chess champion to having her credit card suspended. This is the person overseeing the nation's finances. On top of that, she misled the public about a so-called £22 billion black hole in the budget, something Labour still hasn't provided evidence for. And let's not forget the plagiarism allegations surrounding her book. Starmer doesn't need much more of an excuse when he finally pushes her out. It'll be spun as a necessary move for the good of the party. Remember what happened with Kwasi Kwarteng under Liz Truss. His ill-fated budget helped sink her premiership, lasting just 49 days. Perhaps history will repeat itself, and Rachel Reeves's budgetary decisions will drag Starmer down with her. One can only hope. Starmer's announcement that Reeves is doing a fantastic job and has his full confidence is of course the kiss of death. The louder the praise, the closer she is to being shown the door. It's classist, calculated and self-serving, and while this drama unfolds it conveniently distracts from the endless scandals plaguing Labour, from party officials being convicted of wrongdoing to councillors embroiled in controversies. Let me know what you think in the comments section. It's evident that Starmer's team is attempting to contain the damage on several fronts. Is Rachel Reeves's political career ending in flames? Does this indicate that there are more serious problems within Labour, or is Starmer just taking care of himself? What do you think? Will Starmer fire Reeves? Rachel. In other news, a former BBC personality named Roger Bolton has cautioned that the licence fee will not continue in its current form as the broadcaster struggles with declining revenue. Please let me know in the comments. As Culture Secretary Lisa Nandy is rumoured to be considering plans to do away with the BBC TV licence fee by the end of 2027 and replace it with money from general taxes. Roger Bolton told the media that the BBC's revenue has decreased by about 38% since 2010 and that this has led to less on-screen content. I believe that many people are drawn to the idea of being able to tell the BBC not to spend as much on their presenters and so forth, but when you work it out, I don't think it's worked out properly, because Bolton stated that the government still has the final say over how and where the money will come from. The main issue is that the BBC's revenue has decreased by roughly 38% since 2010, which explains why there are fewer people on screen and more people refusing to pay the license fee because they are so much more prevalent. It's a double squeeze. When the company's present charter expires in December 2027, the plans would eliminate the annual cost. However, all sources indicated that final choices about the license fee must be made first. Lisa doesn't think the license cost can be sustained financially. According to a source who spoke to the Sunday Times, Tim Davie, the Director General of the BBC, and the Culture Secretary reportedly had preliminary discussions about the broadcaster's future in December. The annual TV license fee is scheduled to increase by £5 to £17,450 this April, and it will continue to rise in line with inflation each year until 2027 after an agreement made in 2022. This comes after the charge was frozen at £159 for 2 years before being raised. Previously, Nandi promised, and according to reports, the BBC is confronted with a perfect storm of difficulties. These include younger viewers increasingly using other media and declining license fee revenue. Finally, Meghan Markle has been. An insider made their position on Netflix's delay plain, and Meghan Markle was commended for her simple choice. An industry insider has defended Meghan's decision to postpone the release of her new Netflix series With Love, saying it was an easy choice driven by genuine concern. I don't think she could imagine putting out a show entailed on joy and hosting when so many people in her home state no longer have homes to host people in. The show was originally scheduled to premiere on January 15, but it will now premiere on March 4 as Meghan focuses on supporting those affected by the fires in her home state. The insider disclosed the source also responded to those who questioned the Duchess's intentions. Since we are all human and facing a disaster, I find it terrible that some claim she is merely taking this action to prevent the fires from overshadowing her performance. If you haven't already, please make sure to like this video and let me know what you think about the topics we covered in today's video in the comment box below. For more British stuff, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and goodbye.